Rays hit the road last week, they made sure to pack plenty of offense. Led by Zobrist red-hot bat, Tampa Bay slugged its way to a 5-1 trip. Tonight, they return home to the Trop, where left-hander David Price looks to lead the Rays to their 6th consecutive win. Rays Angels now on Sun Sports. Welcome to Friday Night Rays, presented by Hard Rock at Night. We greet you from Tropicana Field. The Rays returning home to begin a 6-game stand. First in, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson. I'm Dwayne Stats. Great to have you looking in. We'll be hearing from Todd Kalas throughout the evening. Well, the Rays are riding a 5-game winning streak, 5-1 on that road trip, and a revived offense to the tune of 41 runs over the 6 games away from home.
Yeah, you know, we talked about the Rays offense and how they changed their approach, starting to become more aggressive. Well documented, but what that has allowed them to do is because they're up there ready to hit, they're able to take advantage of pitchers' mistakes. They don't let them go by. They don't take a bad swing, fouling them off, and that's what they did this last road trip. They really took advantage. Balls that were left out over the plate, they got hammered. And what's also nice is these guys are starting to recognize it's not just one approach. It's not aggressive all the time. They're able to recognize when a pitcher is not finding the strike zone, they will take their walks. They had a couple of games like that on the road trip where they had the high walk numbers, but right now they're recognizing what the pitchers are trying to do and reacting accordingly, and you see that in the results.
Yeah, tonight the Rays trying to post a win against the Angels. They're 0-2 against this club. Who better to have on the mound than David Price? He has been as good as you could expect any starting pitcher to be the last 3 times out.
And you like where he's at mentally. You know, David Price, the first 2 starts of the year, he lost. And I think he said, wait a minute, I won 19 games last year. It's time to turn it around. Well, his last 3 starts, he has cranked it up. 3-0 record, ERA 2.28. He's averaging just about 8 innings per start in that run. Throwing the ball incredibly well right now. Is starting to mix in a cutter, a pitch that he just picked up 2 starts ago. The right guy to have on the mound tonight coming back home.
So David making his 6th start with a 3-2 record. Irvin Santana, good right-hander. Good arm. 0-3 though, with an earned run average of over 5.5 on the hill for the Angels tonight. Big day for Zobrist in Minneapolis yesterday. The Rays won both ends of that day-night doubleheader. We'll take an in-depth look at Zobi after this.
weekend series with the Angels and a day off on Monday. And the homestand continues with 3 more as we welcome you back outside the Rotunda by Gate 1. Nobody in baseball right now hotter than the Rays' Ben Zobrist. Zobrist continues to put up gaudy numbers on this last road trip. Ridiculous. 18 runs batted in to match his number in 5 games. 11 for 27, 8 extra base hits, doubles, home runs. Doesn't matter if it's lefty or it's righty. He continues to get the job done. Nobody has done that in the American League. 18 ribbies in 5 games since Reggie Jackson before Ben Zobrist was born back in 1969. The most RBIs in a single day since 1993 when Mark Whitten had 13 in a doubleheader. The hard-hitting Mark Whitten had 12 and 1 in that doubleheader. 8 RBIs in a game is a Rays record. And we mentioned the last 5, first time in the AL since Mr. October. For Joe Madden, for Derek Shelton, that's something they've never seen with the Tampa Bay Rays.
With that kind of productivity, with that kind of long ball involved. I mean, I know it's happened. I've seen it in the past from the other side, but not on my side. Right now, he looks like he's going to hit everything hard from both sides of the plate. He's hitting other pitches other than the fastball right now, which is nice to see, too. Did a really good job on the changeup up there. Did a good job on the curveball or slider also. So, yeah, he looks good. He's really locked in. I know that he's in one of those moments that you don't even want to talk to him about it. You don't want him to think about it. Just go up there and react and play like he has been. So let's ride this out for about 3 or 4 or 5 more months.
No, I haven't, because I don't think I've ever seen anybody from both sides. Usually you see a switch hitter and, left-handed they're locked in and right-handed they struggle, or they don't see the other side. And he's gone back and forth because of the right-hand and left-hand and how much we got into Minnesota's bullpen. So
So we're ready for baseball. Friday night action. Ben Zobrist, Sam Fold, the rest of the Rays. For the Angels of this weekend series, back with all the action. The first pitch in the starting lineups with Dwayne and Brian coming up next. Enjoy the game in high definition.
Go back to Tropicana Field, game 1 of this series between the Los Angeles Angels and the Rays. Take a quick look at the starting lineup for the Angels. Peter Borges to lead it off, Bobby Abreu and Torrey Hunter, Vernon Wells, Howie Kendrick, and Alberto Callaspo down the middle. Eric Ibar hits 7th, Mark Trumbo 8th, Jeff Mathis, the catcher, hitting 9th. And the first pitch of this game from David Price is a good, healthy fastball at 95, strike 1. Borges hitting .318. He is 9th in the American League in hitting. And another fastball. This one a tick up the scale at 96. And it's an 0-2 count. Down and in. Slider biting. 1-2.
You see David Price, the season number is 3-2, 3.19. Those 3 wins coming in his last 3 starts, throwing the ball extremely well.
Number up the right side. Well, he's pitched into the 8th inning in all 3 of those games. He's really led the charge for this rotation. The Rays rotation has been so good about pitching deep into games, and that's allowed the bullpen to settle in, and the bullpen has been good. Up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I think that was that cutter. David Price trying to close out Borges. The backdoor cutter kind of stayed flat, up and away. A new pitch for David.
Up and away again. So after getting the jump on Borges, the count is full.
Well, that's one of those, you try to get a little bit more and you end up with less. The first couple of pitches very easy with the mechanics, 95, 96. He tried to hop on that one in 93 and
fly ball center field. Upton is right there. BJ puts it away. 1 away.
Well, let's take a look at the Rays defense tonight. Left to right in the outfield, Sam Full, BJ Upton, and Matt Joyce. Across the infield, third to first, Felipe Lopez, Reed Brignac, Ben Zobrist, Casey Kochman behind the plate, John Jaso. Tonight's defense brought to you by Sweet Bay Supermarket, home of the sweet spot.
The DH, Bobby Abreu. Sitting 247. The homer and 8 runs batted in. Abreu always a good eye at the plate. Takes a pitch inside. While he's hitting only 247, his on base percentage is still over 400. He'll draw a lot of walks.
Years and years of honing that strike zone, staying disciplined.
It's a strike. 1-1.
You know, I think about Bobby Abreu. I think obviously good hitter, but disciplined. Tough to get to chase. He's a guy that, like I said, he knows the strike zone and he knows how to stick to his plan.
Upstairs, 2-1. Well, the Rays come into this game 14-11, and the Angels 14-11. Rays running second in the East, a game and a half back, and the Angels running second in the West, a game back. And a soft liner going to be over the head of Brignac into left for a base hit. Took the fastball and got it just out of the reach of Brignac.
Right off the end of the bat, but had enough to drop that out into left center. Here's the fastball. This pitch is off the plate and right off the end of the bat. You can see this, just a little flip job. Brignac not able to flag it down.
Now Torrey Hunter. Big fastball right by him. A big cut. Strike 1. Hunter comes into the game hitting .210. In fact, Hunter the number 3 hitter and Vernon Wells the number 4 hitter. Hitting .210 and .178 respectively. You figure that can't last much longer. Fastball by Hunter. He was late.
Well, you know what happens with hitters like Wells and Hunter? You see this fastball just blows right by Torrey. Is that they'll get pull conscious and they'll get real, trying to open up early, pull the ball with power, and try to hit their way out of a slump quickly. And when they do that, they're very susceptible to the ball away and off speed and chasing pitches off the plate. They put themselves in a lot of holes, you know, 0-2, 1-2, because they want to pull so badly early in the count that they pull off pitches away. And if they do hit them, they don't put them into play with any kind of authority. So when they get to start, you know, you see these guys starting to hit the ball to right center, right field, then that's when to be nervous. That's right.
Over to first, and Abreu is back in. We're just underway. A runner at first with 1 out. the Angels have received very good pitching, but they've struggled with the offense, as reflected right there over the last week and a half.
It's been all pitching dominated. A team ERA of under 3.
Foul back over the screen, holds the count at 1-2.
Now you could have seen a couple of these fastballs, the ones that Torrey swung through. He's kind of coming open, off the plate a little bit, coming off the ball. It's not like Jose Bautista, who we saw, who's right on top of the plate, and he's still able to get good plate coverage and drive the ball that's away from him elevated. Torrey just pulling that front shoulder and front hip out a tad early. A couple of these swings.
This went down. Well, we saw that in the last outing for Price against Bautista.
Yeah.
2 of those home runs. I mean, he's going to pull the ball off the plate wide.
And he's set up to do it, and he stays on the pitch a long time, and that's why he's able to get to it and still get it over to left center with some juice on it.
Swing and a miss. Hunter's out of there.
Now that was that backdoor cutter, and you got to be very, very careful. David Price knows it too, because he picked up the strikeout there, but watch this pitch come right over the heart of the plate. This is a flat cutter that Torrey Hunter just missed. I mean, if you get a cutter like that comes back out over the plate, it basically becomes a hanging slider. And David, very fortunate to get away with that.
Yeah, and at a very hittable speed. That pitch was 88.
Yep.
But he got him on strikes, and here's Vernon Wells. That's the ball away.
That's the one pitch you got to be careful with, is the backdoor cutter. Whether it's a righty to a left-handed hitter or a lefty to a right-handed hitter, that backdoor cutter, that's what can happen. It can cut back across the plate like that. It's the same plane. It's a hittable speed. It's got a spin to it. The hitter is able to recognize.
They can destroy. Strike 1-1. Yeah, and I think 2 things there, and you've made this point before. One is that it comes back out over the plate that way and catches too much of the plate. And the other is you've got to be careful to work that pitch in and set it up.
Yes, you have. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Dwayne.
Swing and a miss. Fastball, it's 1-2.
And why that's so dangerous if you don't set it up is, think about it, hitters, for the most part, and here you see another big fastball right by Wells. With 2 strikes, they're looking for something away, out over the plate to look to put in play. And then all of a sudden they get a ball that's off the plate moving back towards them, and it catches too much of the plate. Much easier to hit and handle for them, rather than, if you get ahead of them and you shoot a pitch off the plate away and you see them lean out there, and by their lean, okay, they recognize that pitch is off the plate, I'm going to give up on it. And now you follow it up with that. Well, out of the hand, it's a ball. So they give up on it. The last minute, you get that late little break and you punch them out.
Swing and a miss. Wells out on strikes. Price overpowered him. Fastball takes care of Vernon Wells. Bottom half of the first coming. No score. Sam Fold will lead off again tonight, followed by Johnny Damon with his hitting streak. B.J. Upton third, Matt Joyce in the cleanup spot in front of Finn Zobrist. Casey Kochman gets a start at first. Felipe Lopez at third. John Jaso, the catcher, hits eighth, and Reed Bradiak at short, the number 9 hitter.
Irvin Santana, the Angels right-hander, makes his 6th start of the season tonight. 0-3 record. Kind of a tale of 2 streaks there for Irvin. The first 3 starts of the season, all 3 quality starts, got nothing to show for it. Last 2, however, it's been a struggle. 11 innings. He's given up 22 base runners, 11 runs against the Rangers and the Red Sox.
Sam Fold takes the first pitch, and it's too high. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, Santana with a good arm, a good fastball, and if you were with us on the pregame, you heard Joe Madden talk about the slider. He has a very good slider and a change, and at times, at least in the recent starts, there's a line drive, and it's caught by the first baseman, Trumbo. Fold a liner right at the first baseman.
Well, let's take a look at that Angels defense tonight. Left to right in the outfield. Here they come. Vernon Wells, Peter Borges, and Torrey Hunter. Across the infield, third to first, Alberto Callaspo, Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, and Mark Trumbo. Jeff Mathis gets the call behind the plate. Tonight's defense brought to you by Sweet Bay, home of the sweet spot.
It's a strike call to Johnny Damon. Damon with a 16-game hitting streak. Takes the pitch inside, a fastball. It's 1-1. They've been a little concerned about Santana not staying with that sharp slider, trying to change speeds with it, and he gets a little slurvy with it. And a foul ball out of play, and it's 1-2, and he's been hurt on that pitch.
Yeah, I mean, he does. He's got a good slider. Sometimes, you know, a pitcher or a hitter, they'll get in their mind they need to change before the opposition has shown them that they need to change. They get a little cute and ends up backfiring.
Little tap, first base side, scooped by Trumbo, and he makes this play unassisted on the ground ball. 2 gone. That'll be the Rays center fielder, B.J. Upton. Rays coming off the doubleheader victory in Minnesota yesterday, 15-3 and 6-1. Pitch is down. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch drops in for a strike. 1-1. Tap to short, picked up by Ibar, and the throw to first. A line drive and 2 ground balls, and the Rays are up and down 1-2-3, no score. The largest automotive retailer in the country, so we can do big things. And by AT&T. Friday night at Tropicana Field. Rays and the Angels. Howie Kendrick leads off for the Angels. Lifts a fly ball deep into right center field. Upton back for it, though. Not yet to the track, and he makes the catch. That ball hanging up there, and Upton got there to grab it. Howie Kendrick has been murder on Rays pitching throughout his career. It's always nice to get him out any way you can.
And that's actually being nice. I mean, he's #1 in multiple offensive categories against the Rays in the history of the franchise.
Now Alberto Callaspo, switch hitting infielder, playing third base. Pitch is a strike. Ground ball, that's going to go through the middle and a base hit into center. So Callaspo picks up the second hit of the night.
Now, sometimes guys don't always hit ground balls according to the spray charts. Brignac playing a little bit more over true shortstop, and this ball's able to dribble up the middle for a hit. You see where Reed is. Just can't quite get there. Ball not hit particularly hard, but in a good spot.
1 on, 1 out. Eric Ibar. Toss to first, and the runner is back in there. One on, 1 out. And the fastball to start Ibar for a strike. Price over the last 3 games, that earned run average in the low 2s. Base hit the other way. Ibar reaching out. Callaspo stops at second base, and Ibar out in front a little bit, but that pitch off speed down and away, and he just took it the other way.
Yeah, that was a really good piece of hitting there by Ibar in the situation. He knows he's got a little bit of a hole over there. He's out in front on that. It was a changeup down and away. A good pitch, good spot, but watch the hands. They stay back just long enough, and he's able to explode through that ball and get it in the hole. You see the big hole he's got to work with, and he takes that pitch down and away and knows all I got to do is play pepper with the right fielder. That was good hitting.
Yeah, the guys who can spoil a good changeup do it with that approach.
And he was benefited by runner being held on. Yep. Got extra room to play with.
Trumbo fouls a fastball on the first pitch, and that's out of play. Mark Trumbo playing first base in the absence of Morales. Boy, they have really missed him offensively. Kendrys Morales. One ball, 1 strike. They're not really sure when Morales is going to be back. That was at the end of May when he suffered that ankle injury, that break, the celebration. The right side foul, and it seems that every time you hear that he's making progress, there's something that comes up that prevents him from continuing his movement in the right direction.
I mean, how bizarre too. All for hitting a home run. Come home and I mean, just
he had pins and screws in that ankle. Fastball fouled back.
Yeah, that was
a little cut.
That was the cutter, but you saw Trumbo right on it. He was right on that pitch and barely missed it. Watch this. This is again a dangerous pitch. That ball comes back middle of the plate. Look at Trumbo, head down, just miss it. I mean, those end up being 3-run homers.
Is it a new toy, and is he playing with it too often?
A little bit. I mean, he is. It's a nice pitch for him, but he's going to it. He's got overpowering stuff. Let's be honest here. He's got the 4-seamer, the 2-seamer, the good changeup. We've seen the curveball and how effective that can be. It's a nice new pitch for him, but you don't want to go to it too often, and you don't want to go to it too often without setting it up. You're going to get hurt on it.
The 1-2 down and in. Hard stuff there.
And that was the pitch before. You know, he struck out Torrey Hunter on it. That was one of those strikeouts. Hey, you'll take it out any way you can get it. I guarantee you David Price not happy with the location of that pitch. And the one that Trumbo fouled back, he was all over that one. Two men on, 1 out. And a base hit shot into left. Fold up with it. Runner's going to try to score. Throw cut off. No play at the plate. And Callaspo scores. Ibar stopped at second, and Trumbo pulled that one into left. That was a backdoor cutter again, and this pitch caught too much of the plate. This one, fortunately for Price, was down in the zone, so he wasn't able to elevate it. But watch, wants the backdoor cutter. Look at it, too much, right on it. Boom, gets it in the hole. The Angels take the lead. 3 consecutive hits. Line drive to short, back to second, and Mathis has lined into a 6-4 double play. Brignac to Zobrist to retire the side. Angels get a run. 3 hits. We go to the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 Los Angeles. In the game tonight and all season long, Tires Plus donates $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida. Here's Matt Joyce. He goes after the first pitch, and it's backhanded by Trumbo. Santana covers, so Trumbo's been busy down there at first, and a nice defensive play. Joyce making a bid for a base hit. Yeah, you got to be ready all the time. You see him in good position, one step in the dive. He comes up with it, and the nice feed to Santana covering. That ball almost got underneath the glove, just caught it in the thumb. That's why they use those big first baseman gloves down there. Catch everything.
Now Ben Zobrist steps in, fresh off that great road trip. He takes a strike from Santana. He took an opening fastball from him right there. Too low. 1-1. Well, Ben Zobrist now with 25 runs batted in. I mean, he just zoomed right to the top. 2-1.
I mean, how about that? 25, had 7 a week ago. He just throws up 18 over 5 games. 18 on a road trip. 5 games.
The pitch is inside. You're the analyst. Figure this one out. Zobrist has 2 fewer hits than Matt Joyce. 22 hits, Joyce 24. Runners in scoring position. There's ball 4. He draws the walk. Zobrist comes into the game hitting .350 with men in scoring position, and Joyce .417. And yet Zobrist has 25 runs batted in and Joyce 5.
Okay, off the top of my head, whoever's hitting in front of Joyce, get their act together.
Yeah, but he's hitting with men in scoring position.
Yeah, but
417 to 350.
Yeah, but probably only had 4 or 5 shots at it. Actually, 417, more than that, but you know what I mean. Get their act together.
It's Casey Kotzman. Well, we've got to get less sleep more often because it's very interesting this way.
I mean, I'm working on 2.5 hours, Dwayne. 2.5 max. And very little coffee intake. I don't know what it is. Something about being back home.
Casey Kotzman had a good road trip. The pitch is down. He belted a home run. He got into the act.
That was on a first pitch. Fastball middle in. Rays ready to hit. Turn it loose.
That fastball, first time up in game 1. Hit it out. So his average is .333 starting play tonight. There goes Zobrist, and the pitch sliced into the alley in left center field. Wells with the pickup. Zobrist heads for the plate. Into second base standing, a double for Kotzman. The Rays are on the board, and this game is tied. Casey Kotzman into left center field with Zobrist on the move. Zobrist scores from first.
Well, and Zobrist was able to score because he never let up. This pitch down and away. Kotzman goes right with it. Ball gets into the gap. Watch Zobrist. He reads it right there. That was a perfect read because the play happened in front of him. Watch this. He takes a look, sees it's going to be down, gone. He knows he's going to score. Hustling all the way. Kotzman gets into second base.
Felipe Lopez. The pitch is a strike, so the Rays are right back with a run.
Well, I was going to say that's often what you do with the double. You get into second base.
Coffee, anyone? This was down. 1 ball and 1 strike. I'll tell you, the way Kotzman's swinging the bat, boy, these are great signs, because if this guy can hit enough to play first base, that really helps the defense, which has already been good. Great stop by Kendrick. Throw to first. Close. He's out there. And Kotzman goes into third.
I'll tell you what. A couple of things on that play. Howie Kendrick, first of all, saves a run by getting to that ball. That way Kotzman has to stay at third base, but then he's able to get up and get the out. See Lopez, he's smelling base hit. Kendrick keeps Kotzman at third by getting to the ball and then by getting to the out. Now you got a runner at third, but there's 2 outs.
Here's John Jaso. Jaso takes a strike.
And Dwayne, you're talking about Kotzman, about the way he's hitting. you like to look past, okay, he's had some hits and had some success, but it's how he's doing it. He's hitting the ball left center all the way over to right field. That's what you love, spraying the ball where it's pitched.
Down and in, 1-1. Yeah, these have been they're all legitimate hits. He's not blooping pitches in there and dropping them into the outfield. He's hitting the ball on a line. He's making good contact.
He had that great sequence yesterday where the first at bat he gets a ball middle in, turns on it, crushes it out, homers to right field, and then the next at bat they're going to of course pitch him away, and he shoots a line drive to left field, using the whole field, hitting the ball where it's pitched. That is the indicator of a guy being locked in at the plate.
And a strike on the inner part of the plate. A little bite to that pitch. Two outs, a run home. Kotzman's at third. Casey drove in the run. Jaso, did he go? He did not. James Hoy on the call down at third. Tom Haldian is working the plate. 18-year veteran. Full count to the Rays catcher, John Jaso. He bounces it to Kendrick. Throw to first in time, and the Rays settle for the tying run. Through two, it's a 1-1 ball game. Hard Rock at night. Back at Tropicana Field. Rays and the Angels in a 1-1 tie. We go to the third. Angels got to David Price for 3 hits and a run in the second inning. Still only 12 pitches he made in that inning. And a line drive double play to get out of it. Borges shortens on the bat as if to bunt. He'll do that at least once, maybe twice a game. Trying to bunt his way on. And whatever he's been doing has been working out. You look at that average.
How about the home runs?
A couple of home runs. And he has 5 doubles and 4 triples. That great speed. And this is one of those guys who triples, and it's a stand-up triple. Ground ball to short. Grignac's throw is scooped by Kotzman.
And that's what he forces upon a defense. Now this play ends up getting made and Borges is out. But he forces the defense to have to make plays and rush throws. Because of the speed, everybody knows he's got lightning speed, gets up the line. So Reed charging on this has to get rid of it in a hurry, not able to get everything behind it.
I mean, this guy plays hard. He's battling for a base hit right out of the batter's box.
That's an instructional video. That's how you come out of the batter's box.
Bobby Abreu looks at a strike. Inside. 1-1. Two balls and a strike. Not only do the Rays and the Angels have identical records overall of 14 and 11. They have the exact breakdown home and away. Broken bat, chopper to short. Brainiac handles this one. 2 up and 2 down. The Rays 6 and 7 at home and 8 and 4 on the road, and the Angels are the same way. You can't fight this feeling. You don't want to miss REO Speedwagon in the Rays Summer Concert Series tomorrow after the Rays host the Angels. Visit RaysBaseball.com for more information on the concert series and Rays Saturday nights. That's a 1:10 first pitch tomorrow, and the concert follows the game. The strike to Torrey Hunter. So you don't want to miss that feeling.
No, and it sets up perfectly right after the ball game, a 1 o'clock ball game.
Yep.
Come out, watch a ball game, watch the Rays win. REO Speedwagon concert, rock it out for a little while, and then right to dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, it's perfect.
That's right. Or if you've just been involved in a day-night doubleheader a couple of days before, then you go right home and get your rest because there's a day game Saturday or Sunday.
I don't know if I need rest anymore. I think sleep is overrated.
1-2 to Hunter. Fouls it back. Yeah, I know you. You got home. You watched the royal wedding. You got no sleep at all. You came right to the ballpark. You worked out 3 or 4 times.
Then
prepared for the pregame. You did it outside. And now here you are.
You're close. See? It was royal wedding, 2.5 hours of sleep, workout, homeward for the ball game.
Right back through the middle and a base hit into center for Hunter. Hunter has his first hit. Took the fastball into center field, right back over the mound. And Vernon Wells will be the hitter. Angels with a run in the second, and the Rays right back with a run in their half of the second. And the foul into the bottom of the screen. David Price and Irvin Santana, the matchup in this one. A special delivery for Brian Anderson.
That is beautiful. I mean, that is beautiful. There's a lot of work into that.
Marketing department.
Yeah.
Marketing department, special delivery.
I wonder if I kept the tie on, could I do the rest of the game in this?
You should do the rest of the game in this.
Quick change in between innings.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Look at that.
I like the bottom, too.
I mean, even the bottom with the frills.
See? That's perfect for working out.
Yeah, you know what, though? I try to stay away from the workouts in team apparel.
Look at that.
There you go. That's a beautiful thing. Look at the bottom, all roughed up, all cavemanish.
Yeah.
Zorilla-ish, if you will.
Over to first. Torrey Hunter back in.
Johnny Damon would wear this shirt.
Oh, without question.
He'd wear a team plane.
Yeah.
Team plane.
Part of the royal wedding. See, that's the invite they should have, the one that they missed.
Yeah.
Damon. He should have been there.
And he's hot right now.
Yeah. Hitting streak.
Big mistake.
Again, they didn't ask us.
Good reason.
Foul right back over the screen. Yeah, we're...
Especially today. They want no part of us today.
I was going to say, we're getting used to people not asking us about things like that.
I don't think they trust us.
And for the life of me, I can't figure out why. Our hearts are in the right place. Pitch is down. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Five hits now for the Angels. 3 of those came in the second when they scored a run. Price keeps an eye on Hunter. Hunter will run on occasion, but his effectiveness has not been all that good when you look at the caught stealing breakout on him. Wells fouls this one to stay alive. Mike Scioscia been such a great manager for the Angels. He will be aggressive.
He was the first one that really brought that National League style of play into the American League years back.
Yep.
Running a lot, playing small ball.
Swing and a miss. Wells chased the pitch out of the strike zone. A fastball. He was upset with himself. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. This game tied 1-1.
On a Friday night with Reed Brignac leading off here in a 1-1 game against the Angels. We are joined by some very special guests up here as Reed Brignac will look at the first pitch after squaring to bunt. Dr. Julie Jansen, she is the Pinellas County School Superintendent. She joins us. welcome, first of all. Also, Dr. Gus Stavros, welcome to you. We'll start with you, Julie. Tell us how Doorways has improved the lives of so many students.
Doorways is a real integral part of our children that may not be able to attend college because of their financial status. And so we count on our foundation, our business partners, the community, parents, families to help finance their passport to getting a college education. So
important, all the work that Doorways does. Dr. Gus Stavros is the founder of the Pinellas Education Foundation. Gus, what makes Doorways such an important part of your foundation?
Well, you know, the foundation was formed in 1986. The superintendent at that time, Howard Hinesley, called me and said, I've just seen something called Exchange City that is out in the Midwest. I want you to start a foundation and to have something like that here in Pinellas County. So we got together. I started the foundation. I called all my business friends. They got involved, contributed money, and we then formed Enterprise Village and Finance Park. And so this year, the Education Foundation is committed to having the highest quality education for every individual in Pinellas County, regardless of the means. And the Doorway program is the best way of doing it because the students come, they get a great education, it's paid for, and they earn it, they deserve. We have over 1,500 students right now.
Ray Brignac pops one up on the infield. And it is caught. No, it's dropped. Should have been caught by Ibar, but he dropped it. So Brignac lives on the pop-up on the infield that was dropped. Final thing, Dr. Jansen, anything to add? I know Dr. Stavros kind of told it all about Doorways.
Well, the only other part of it is that it's a commitment that the student has to make because they have to keep their grades up. They have to get in no trouble, stay away from drugs, and really they have to earn it. So it's kind of a focal point for them as well.
Doorways, such an important program here in Pinellas County, guys. Dr. Stavros,
Let me say, all your listeners, next month, May 23rd, we're having Walker's Rising Stars at Ruth Eckerd Hall, where you'll see some of our high school students performing and receiving over $75,000 in scholarships. Wow. So come in and enjoy a great evening.
May 23rd, Ruth Eckerd Hall.
And the Rays are out of town. They're in Detroit.
Okay, all right. Well, everybody can go and watch us from Detroit afterwards. Right. Thank you, Dr. Jansen. Thank you, Dr. Stavros. Thank you. Guys, back to you. Doorways Appreciation Night here at Tropicana Field.
Right, thank you very much, Todd. Rays have a runner at first, Reed Brignac. Sam Fold is the hitter with a count of 1-0. Another pitch misses inside. How about that? Loose on the return. And the error allowed Brignac to reach to begin with. And
how about this visit?
Mike Socha says, come on, fellas.
That's exactly what he's saying.
Here.
Get it together. I mean, that was a throw right back to Santana. I think that's what Mike Socha is telling him right now. Hey, listen, forget about that error. That's not something you'd be concerned yourself with because Santana, that ball got thrown right back to him and he just whiffed it. And so that's why you wonder, where is your pitcher's head at right now? That's about as easy as it gets. And he just whiffed it. Sometimes you're thinking about, you're still mad about the error that was made, the pop-up that was dropped. You're not focused on the plate or on even catching the baseball.
Two 2-0 the count now to move to first. Back in is Reed Brignac, who's reached on the error.
Should do an interview with Doorways every inning. It's taking the Angels out of their game.
Yeah, apparently. Santana's really shaken up.
Ibar.
Ball 3 outside, 3-0. Santana, a 17-game winner last year. Off to an 0-3 start this season. Full draws the walk. So the error followed by a walk. First 2 men are aboard for Johnny Damon.
Well, this is where a bad season, or start to the season anyway, will start to snowball on you. Santana's had a rough go of it. Started out the year with 3 really good starts. It was 0-1, had nothing to show for it. The last 2 have not been very good at all. So he's winless through 5 starts. And all of a sudden, you're pitching in a ball game. Shortstop drops the ball. You're upset about it. All of a sudden, a walk. Now you're in some trouble.
Damon, and he shortens on the bat. Takes the pitch down and in. Angels want an appeal, but James Hoy says that's a ball. He did not offer. Damon hit the ball on the ground to Trumbull at first, his first time. And takes a strike. It's 1-1. 16-game hitting streak for Johnny Damon, and here's how it breaks down at this point. 429 with men in scoring position and 343 overall for the life of the streak.
Some pretty gaudy numbers there.
And he puts down the bunt third base side. Callaspo's throw to first in time. The Rays bunt Brignac to third and fold up to second, both men in scoring position. That's a sacrifice for Johnny Damon.
Yeah, Johnny Damon, that was a sacrifice the whole way. And he almost got himself a hit out of this. He was squared around early, but he placed it nicely. Callaspo had to, he's got about a half a step. Almost stole himself a base hit.
So now here's B.J. Upton with a chance to give the Rays the lead. B.J. grounded to the shortstop his first time. Takes a pitch inside.
That shows you too, Johnny Damon, team player, team first. I mean, this is a guy, we saw the numbers, runners in scoring position. He's got a hitting streak going. What's best for the team? Move the runners up, puts down the bunt, executes it.
Well, plus Upton has success against Santana in his career. He came into the game hitting .368 against him. So that goes into that thinking for the Rays as well. Damon advancing both men into scoring position. Let's see how it works out. Two and one.
Behind in the count. 2-1. He's got an open base at first. I'd be shocked to see anything but the slider right here. Try to get BJ to get himself out.
And there it is, off the plate. 3-1.
Good job of holding back on it. You know, you got that count, 2-1 count. Perfect count for a slider. BJ over anxious, runners in scoring position, pops it up, but he did a nice job of laying off.
And this one catches that outside part of the plate. A slider on 3-1.
We'll go right back to it. The 2-1 was good. This one a little bit better, obviously, for the strike. There's not much BJ's going to be able to do with that pitch.
Full count to Upton. And strike three call. He came right back with a slider, and Upton is caught looking. 3 straight sliders.
I think that BJ saw this one a little bit higher in the strike zone than the other two. It's still a strike, but it was up a little further, so he gave up on it. And that's right at the top of the strike zone. See where this ball crosses, just above the belt. It was higher than the 2 previous. He gave up on it. You see right there, you read his lips. He said, was that up?
There's Matt Joyce. Pitch covered up by Mathis. So Santana starts him with a slider. Well, Matt, as we mentioned earlier, has been good with men in scoring position. 5 of 12. Big opportunity here. He's going to have to do it with 2 outs. And he looks at a strike. 1-1. Fastball down around the knees. Hit off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Renyak third, reached on an error, folded second. He walked. 2 outs, 2-1 the count. Joyce swings through the slider. 2-2.
He'd like to have that pitch back. A hanger.
A 2-2 pitch. Lowered the boom on that one. Matt's first home run of the year. Renyak and Foles score in front of him, and the Rays take a 4-1 lead.
Now you give a big league team 4 outs in an inning. Look at that. That split the heart of the plate. Joyce, he got all of that. Good lift, good carry. 3 RBIs.
So Matt Joyce in the cleanup spot tonight does exactly that. He clears the bases with a 3-run home run. Now Zobrist takes the first pitch for a strike. Foul back, 0-2. Boy, that was a shot from the time it left the bat. Ground ball right side. Kendrick will have to go to the pitcher. Santana covering to retire the side. But the Rays come up with a big inning. They score 3 on one swing of the bat, and they lead 4-1. Time for the trivia question presented by AT&T. It's the Rays franchise record for most runs batted in the month of April. That's our AT&T trivia question. Howie Kendrick takes the first pitch off speed in for a strike. 1-1 to count. Kendrick, Callaspo, and then Ibar. This one shot toward the gap in right center. That's going to be in there. Extra bases for Kendrick. He's around second and will hold there. That ball rolled along the wall for a moment or two on Upton. It's a leadoff double for Kendrick. I don't know what it is, but this guy loves Rays pitching.
And here's our checkers double of the game. Fastball down and away. Howie Kendrick, nice job of staying right on that pitch. Hitting it with authority out into right center field. Picking up a double. Thoughts about going to third?
Now Callaspo. Up and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Look at these numbers for Howie Kendrick against Rays pitching. 45 for 102. Hitting .441.
That's over a lot of years and a lot of different pitchers. No one's figured it out yet. You figure they'd have a pretty good blueprint on how not to pitch him.
You'd think so.
You would think. For whatever reason.
And if you defense him, you just play the gaps and put them in the holes. You just change the defense completely around.
I mean, wouldn't that be something that Joe would do?
Yeah.
That's right up his alley.
I mean, that's where he hits the ball all the time. Right. You put move a couple of infielders to the outfield. You play the lines, play the gaps, and then you plug the holes between first and second and third.
I mean, if we could figure it out from up here, for goodness sake.
I mean, you think Joe could. I mean, this guy is amazing.
Yeah, he really is. 441. And that, like you made the point, over 102 at bats. I mean, this isn't 20 at bats, sure. 15, 100 plus.
That ball's going to carry to BJ, who makes the catch. Callaspo's out of there. That home run by Joyce was his second career home run off Santana. He hit one off him last year out at Anaheim and parked this one in the seats in right center field at the Trop tonight. So it's good to see Matt get that first home run out of the way, because we're going to see a few more from him. Eric Ibar. It's a strike. A run, 6 hits allowed by Price. Pickoff play at second, and they throw it into center. Upton comes up with it. Quick throw to third, and that skips past and is saved by Price, who made a diving stop. So Kendrick goes to third on the error charge to Price, and then Price had to make a diving stop to save the run.
Well, there you see the pickoff attempt. You know what David did is he didn't get his feet set. That's what caused the bad throw. Good save here. The ball hits the back of Howie Kendrick, and a good save, athletic play there by David Price. But on the pickoff throw, he did not get his feet squared up to second base. That's what caused the bad throw.
So now Kendrick's at third with 1 out and a strike to count to Ibar. Pitch pitch is foul. I tell you, a good throw back there.
Well,
yeah, I think they had him.
And here's the pickoff throw. You see David start to spin. Now see his foot when it lands. Boom. Right here. You want this. This is the direct line to second base right there. His foot is over. He's thrown across his body, not able to get anything on the throw. That's what caused it to bounce. And it got into the outfield.
Ground ball, deep short, backhanded by Brignac. Quick throw, but it's not in time. And the run scores. So Ibar has an infield hit and a run batted in, making it 4-2.
Well, Ibar runs well, and this ball was over in the hold. Reed Brignac not hit hard. It's a slow roller. Well, that's another one of those cutters that cut all the way across the plate. He gets it on the ground, not hit that hard, and Brignac having to go that way and make the long throw. Ibar runs too well to be able to get him.
Well, here's Trumbo. The pitch is down. A ball and no strikes. Batista's hit a home run for the Blue Jays, and they lead the Yankees 2-1. They're in the third inning in New York. Here the Rays lead by 2 in the fourth. And not anymore. Trumbo hits this one into the seats and left. His fourth home run. He turns on a fastball, hits it out. A 2-run shot. He has 3 runs batted in, and just like that, this game is tied.
Trumbo hit that ball a ton. That was a no-doubter and got out of here in a hurry. A fastball up in the zone. He gets on top of it. Watch this. That point of contact just throws the ball out there deep.
So we're all even again. Jeff Mathis takes a pitch down. 1 ball, no strikes. Where you see that 4-1 lead evaporate in a hurry. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. So Mathis out on strikes. 2 gone. Now we go back to the top of the order, and Peter Bourjos. Bourjos has a fly ball to center and a ground ball to short tonight. Strike the count. It's 1-1. It's upstairs. So Price up to 70 pitches. That's a strike at the knees. Little squared at 2-2. Tap third base, charged by Lopez. He's going to have to be flawless with Bourjos going down the line. Boy, Bourjos, great speed and great effort, has himself an infield hit.
As soon as Felipe Lopez went for that ball with the glove, no chance. He may not have had a chance barehanded either, but there was none. This is a high chopper. When that went into the glove, forget it. He probably didn't have a chance either way. He's one of those guys that can hit a ball into the gap and you don't even watch the ball. You see it going into the gap and you just watch him run. He's got that kind of speed.
Here's Abreu fouling one back. That's a strike. The Rays have now been out hit 9-2, and the game is tied 4-4. One and one. Who would have thought that with Price on the mound, that before he gets through the fourth inning, the Angels would pick up 9 hits off him.
Especially with the way that he's been throwing the baseball.
Fastball close but missed. 2-1. Turning out to be something of an extended inning here for Price. 25 pitches so far. They've been making his 5th career start against the Angels. Runner takes off, pitches high, throw is in time. Boy, Jaso made a perfect peg down to second base to throw out Borges. Borges caught for the 3rd time this year, and here's that throw and the tag. We're tied 4-4. Let's get the answer to our trivia question presented by AT&T. What's the Rays franchise record for most runs batted in the month of April? Well, if you said Ben Zobrist this year, you would be right. Ben with 25. Let's take a look at the list from the past. Evan Longoria 2 years ago had 24. Casey Kochman looking at a fastball. That's a strike. Carlos Pena also in 09 had 24. Ty Wigginton and Fred McGriff 24. And Ben Zobrist now has topped that total with 25. Ben also scoring a run tonight. So that's the 6th consecutive game in which he scored a run for a total of 9. Kochman stays alive on that pitch. Casey drove in a run with a double in the second. You got the Rays on the board. Oh, a strike call. It caught the corner. Kochman not happy about that call, 3rd strike. Let's check in with Todd Callis.
All right, Dwayne, the update on Sean Rodriguez not playing today. He came in and decided everybody came in late, so there was really no hitting and no tossing, so he didn't really test it today. But here's a look at the freak injury yesterday. Watch the left hand. It kind of clips the foot. Right here, the left hand, his hand is open. He says, normally I run with my hand closed, but he had dislocated his right pinky in another game earlier in his career and had it reset. Yesterday, he just reset it himself, and when he talked to Paul Harker, the assistant athletic trainer, he tried to keep himself in the game, but they did take him out, and we'll get an update on him. Know a little more tomorrow. Today, they just want to see the swelling go down and no baseball-related activities. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, he does not want to go on the DL, so he's lobbying to stay active.
Wow, he's getting a shot at extended playing time. Guys love that. The fact that he popped it back into place himself. But you know, wants no part of the DL.
Yeah, no, it's not sticking out in the opposite direction anymore.
Right. Tried to play the 5-second rule.
3-1 lifted toward left center with some slice. Borges, great speed. Did he hold it or not? Yes, he did. Alan Porter ranging out there from second base to make the call. That had some slice on it off the bat of Lopez, and Borges with that great speed made the catch.
Well, even as fast as Borges is, I did not think he was going to be able to get to this ball. It was sliced and he had a lot of ground to cover. You see, just down. What a catch. You can see too, as that glove gets caught underneath, you see the wrist kind of roll. Those are the kind of plays you can get hurt on, and he immediately took that glove off. A little stinger.
Jaso looks at a strike. It's inside to Jaso. Got grounded to the second baseman his first time. And lines this one into right field. Got a base hit. Hunter keeps it from going to the wall. Jaso's going to dig for 2. He's in there with a double. Some aggressive base running here with 2 outs. Jaso taking the shot and winds up with a double.
John Jaso is a good base runner. 2 outs here. He gets a ball out over the plate, lines it, and just decides, hey, I'm going to try to make something happen. Force a going away spot-on throw. And Hunter's not able to make it. Right there, his mind is made up. He's going. Try to get into scoring position. He throws off the mark, and there he goes. Good job.
Reed Brignac now with a chance to give the Rays the lead. Trying to score with 2 outs. 1 strike to count to Brignac. Brignac could not check this time. Boy says that's a strike.
Well, here's the side angle.
Well, that's a close call.
That is
right
close.
There.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those, it goes either way. Hoy has called a couple that go on the Rays' way. That one, he gets Brignac.
He taps it foul. Brignac came into the game hitting .228, reached on the error in the third and scored. He rode home on the Matt Joyce home run. Our game tied 4-4. And Brignac is out on strikes. Mathis with the toss down to Trumbo. That retires the side. We go to the fifth, tied 4-4. Abreu, Hunter, and Wells strike the count here. One ball, one strike. Two balls and a strike. We'll see how this one works out. The Angels scored a run in the second to take a 1-0 lead. The Rays came back to tie it in the bottom of the inning, then grabbed the lead 4-1. The Angels will come back to tie. 3-1 now to Abreu. The Angels 14-11 overall. They are 12-3 in games in which they have scored first. Joe Madden and Mike Scioscia hooked up in this one. Joe, a longtime member of the Angels organization and on Scioscia's staff. There's a strike to Abreu. 9 hits given up by David Price. 10 would be a career high. He has allowed 10 hits a couple of times. There's a diving stop by Lopez. Throw to first is wide, and it was stopped by Kochman. Kochman had to make the decision to leave the bag, and it's a good thing he did. Otherwise, Abreu would at least be at second, maybe more.
Yeah, that ball could have taken a funny bounce off the short wall over there, headed up the right field line. If that ball started to roll towards the outfield, you're right, Dwayne. Abreu probably end up on third base. Lopez, nice job on the dive, gets up, hurries the throw, and it's wide. Kochman at that point becomes a goalie. Just keep the ball in front of you. Not going to get the out. May not have got it anyway.
Nope, that's a base hit for Abreu, the 10th hit. And the pitch down to second base goes Abreu as Jason tried to block it, but he went one way and the ball ricocheted the other. It's a wild pitch charged to Price. Price a couple other times had given up 10 hits, once against the Rockies, and the most recent was at the end of August last year against Boston, and he went 7 innings both times. 2-0 to count to Hunter. And it's wide for ball 3, so it's turning out to be a challenge tonight for David Price.
David just has not been sharp like we normally see him. Running up a high pitch count.
And a strike. Hunter is headed to first, and Tom Hallian says, nope, that's a strike. Torres says, excuse me. Of course, you were right.
He better.
86 pitches now by Price. And did he go? Yep, he did. 3-2.
Hey, you better believe he went. He makes contact there. That's a double out into right center. David haven't got a chance here. Get back into the count. Try to put him away. Keep that runner from advancing.
Tap foul. So we'll see another 3-2 pitch. On Cruz up in the Rays bullpen. Infield single and a wild pitch. Abreu's at second. 3-2 to Hunter. Liner into center. That's in there for a base hit. One hop. Abreu advances to third and stops. So it's first and third. Price has now surrendered 11 hits. Boston leads Seattle 4-2 in the bottom of the fourth inning at Fenway. Mike Cameron has hit 2 solo home runs in that game. I think Justin Smoke hit one early for Seattle. Oh, no, he drove in the runs. It was not a home run for Smoke. So, conference on the mound with Jim Hickey out there. Just a reminder to look for the Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment coming up later in tonight's game. He's coming off the 5-1 road trip with a 5-game winning streak. And David Price has had a battle on his hands tonight. It doesn't make any difference how talented you are and whether you're the number 1 starter, number 2 starter. There are going to be nights when you're just going to have to just compete. And that's what Price is trying to do tonight. Pitch is down to Vernon Wells, and a nice block by Jaso. Two men on, nobody out in the 5th. Fly ball. Left center. Upton makes the catch. Tag at third by Ryu. Throw to the plate. Not in time. And up to second base goes Hunter. It's a sacrifice fly by Wells. And the Angels take a 5-4 lead.
Just far enough by Wells. You see BJ wants it. He's got the big arm. The ball just sails on him a little bit. And Ray's able to get in there.
Yeah, we've seen that on more than one occasion on throws from center field. Well, that ball tails up the third base side. Now they're going to walk Kendrick intentionally with first base open.
Some of those throws where BJ doesn't get all the way through, it doesn't get that good extension, almost like a pitcher. It doesn't really reach towards home plate and leaves the ball arm side high. Sometimes that happens to BJ on his throws. He's got a good arm.
So Kendrick is being intentionally walked. Kayaspo on deck. Kendrick had doubled and scored in the 4th inning, which, by the way, not only is he hitting well over 400 off Ray's pitching, but he now has a 14-game hitting streak against Ray's pitching. So they walk him intentionally, trying to set up a force play, double play possibility. Kayaspo singled and scored in 2 at-bats. Pitch is too low. So right now, with 95 pitches, Price trying to keep the Angels where they are and get through the 5th. Shot foul, third base side. 1-1.
Yeah, sometimes you have to win ugly. It can't be pretty 8 innings, 4 hits, a run every time. Sometimes you're going to have to hammer out a 6-inning, give up 5 runs and pick up a win. This is one of those nights for David Price. Keep it right here.
Base hit into left field. Bold with a pickup. They will stop Hunter, and the bases are going to be loaded. Ball loose on the throw back in, but backed up by Jaso. Well, the bases are now loaded with 1 out, and Joe Madden comes up out of the dugout. A dozen hits surrendered by Price. He's made 97 pitches, and this will be the end of the night for David Price. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Metro PCS. Tires Plus. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus. And by Checkers. Feast on. The Rays are down by a run. The Angels have a major threat to get more with the bases loaded and only one out in the fifth. Rays have been out hit 12-3, but trail 5-4. And Juan Cruz is the new pitcher. David Price gone after 4 1/3 and 98 pitches.
11th game for Juan Cruz. 3.24 earned run average. How about that opponent's average? 0.80. I'd like to see some of that right here in a tough spot. The base is juiced. Going to keep the Rays close.
Eric Ibar will be the hitter. He's had 2 hits tonight. Opened a run with a base hit in the 4th and then scored a run. Price departs having allowed 5 runs, but he's responsible for 3 men on as he leaves this game. Cruz pitched 1 inning in the 2nd game of the doubleheader in Minnesota last night. Cut to miss by Ibar. Strike 1. Struck out 2, walked 1 in the inning he pitched last night, following Neiman and Peralta to the mound. Cruz and Jaso having a little trouble getting together.
I mean, this game has grown to a halt. You better make sure you're on the same page with the bases loaded. I'll say that.
Breaking ball. It's taken for a ball. One and one. Different scenario in the pitching department for the Rays tonight. They've gotten used to starters pitching deep into these games. There's a strike. 1-2. And it seems that almost every night the Rays get 7 innings out of their starters. But not tonight. David Price has gone 4 to third. Cruz trying to keep the Angels right where they are. The Rays trail by a run. Pop foul. Fold after it, but it's going to carry out a play. Cruz will make another 1-2 pitch. Most earned runs in a game ever allowed by Price is 7. That was in 5 innings last July against the Yankees. He's given up 5 so far. Responsible for all 3 runners on right now. This one to the backstop, a good carom, and putting on the brakes Torrey Hunter. Hunter almost a third of the way down the line when he realized that Jaso was getting a good bounce off the base of the stands.
And he read that fastball straight to the backstop. Jaso doesn't get over in time, get the glove over in time, and you see he thought about going, but he saw that rebound. That rebound came back hard to Jaso. They'd have had him at the plate if he would have continued.
Yeah, Jaso got just enough of his mitt on it to save Tom Hallion's right knee.
Yeah.
Ground ball to second. Zobrist, Brainiac 1 across to first for 2. 4-6-3 of the double play. And for the Rays, all of that was worth waiting for. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Rays still trail by 1, 5-4. Bring your family out to the ballpark for Family Fun Day, presented by the St. Petersburg Times, coming up this Sunday when the Rays take on the Angels, and the first 10,000 fans 14 and under receive a Joe Madden Bank, presented by Remax. Visit RaysBaseball.com to get your tickets now. Top of the order, Sam Foles leads off the bottom of the 5th. The pitch is a ball. Foles, Damon, and Upton. There's a liner up the right field side, foul just beyond the bullpen. Boy, the way this thing has played out through the first 4.5, the Rays would just like to push the restart button and let Sam Fole lead off the bottom of the 5th and see if they can change the direction this game has taken for the first half of the contest.
And still only down 1.
Yep. They've been out hit by 9, 12-3. It's a strike at the knees. It's 1-2. Well, the Angels have gotten really superb starting pitching from Weaver and Herron. Roller to first. Trumbo makes the play unassisted. That's the first out. And then you go to their 3 and 4 and 5 starters, and the combined earned run average of those 3 starters that Mike Scioscia's used this year is over 5.5. And he's really hoping that Santana can settle in. The Rays would like for that to happen later in the season. Here's Johnny Damon. Fouls it. That's a strike. Damon is grounded out and sacrificed tonight. And the third. Callaspo playing well off the line, and the throw to first in time. 2 outs.
Get exclusive deals and coupons delivered right to your phone with the free TampaBay.com/things-to-do iPhone app, powered by the St. Petersburg Times. It's available now at the iTunes App Store.
B.J. Upton batting with the bases empty. Been 0 for 2. It's a foul ball, strike 1. Upton called out on strikes in the 3rd inning. Santana fell behind him and then went to the slider and got him looking.
I think that's why you saw the swing right there out of B.J. on that first pitch fastball. Does not want to get back to that slider.
Inside. 1-1. Santana lifetime here at the Trop is only 1 and 4 in 7 starts. His earned run average over 7 here in this ballpark. Two and 1. Rays will have James Shields on the mound tomorrow afternoon. 2-2. Joel Pinheiro will do the pitching for the Angels. Jared Weaver scheduled to pitch on Sunday, the final game of this series. And the Rays have that spot to be announced. High fly ball. Left center field. That's Wells making the catch. 1, 2, 3 go the Rays. We go to the 6th. 5-4 Angels. 6th, 5-4. Angels lead the Rays as we take a look at the upcoming Rays schedule. Brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. Angels in tomorrow and Sunday. Then the Blue Jays are in before the Rays go back out on the road. We look forward to the upcoming Rays schedule. You can live forward with Just for Men Hair Color. Mark Trumbo leads off. Trumbo has 3 runs batted in. He drove in a run with a base hit in the 2nd and hit a home run. 2-run home run in the 4th. It's on the corner. 1-1. Juan Cruz got the double play ball out of Ibar to end the 5th and limit the damage to just a run.
That could turn out to be a huge defensive play and a huge pitch by Juan Cruz in this game.
It's out of play. The count is 1-2.
And sometimes a baseball game, you think of a guy coming in out of the bullpen and getting a big out late in the game. Well, sometimes it's a little earlier than that, and bases loaded in the 5th inning with the Angels an opportunity to blow this game open. Juan Cruz got 2 big outs on 1 pitch.
So he kept the game in the deficit at 1. It's off the end of the bat. Pitch sliding away from Trumbo. Cesar Ramos busy in the bullpen for the Rays up the right field line. Ground ball to short. Brendiak takes care of that. Trumbo's out of there. Jeff Mathis is on his way to the plate. Mathis has lined into a double play and has struck out swinging. No pitcher has been announced for that Sunday game yet, but there's some speculation. Andy Sonnenstein's name came up, and so did Alex Cobb, the 23-year-old right-hander who's pitching at AAA. Today's game brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. Visit geico.com today. One strike to count here to Mathis. 2 with a foul ball out of play. We had received a report that Alex Cobb, who was supposed to pitch for Durham tonight, had been scratched from that start. Off to a 3-0 start with an earned run average just a little over 2. So we'll see how that all works out. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But at this moment, the starting pitcher for the Rays in Sunday's game listed as undecided. He held up. The count goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes.
High slider. Jeff Mathis clearly no swing.
Cruz takes a shot out there and pitch just off the plate. Full count.
Yeah, close here on the slider. You see that thing moving. Just off.
And a foul ball. Right back catching part of Tom Hallion.
Got just enough of it to get out of the glove of John Jaso.
So Mathis and Cruz battling with the count full. Swing and a miss. He got him. First strikeout for Cruz. Out number 2 here in inning number 6.
High slider. Juan Cruz comes with the slider up in the zone. New pitch. Breaking up.
The top of the order, Peter Borges. Ball, no strikes. Well, that element of surprise is sometimes good. If it surprises the pitcher, it certainly surprises the hitter.
Yes.
1-1.
Figure it's got to come down at some point. Never does.
Boston leading Seattle 4-3. Bottom of the 5th at Fenway. One ball, 2 strikes, and that had some nice bite to it.
Yeah, he took a little bit off this one. A little bit less in the velocity, more in the break. It's a little big. Nice.
A ball, 2 strikes. And a tap out in front of the plate, halfway to the mound, and Cruz throws him out to Kochman. Bottom of the 6th coming. Joyce to lead off. Rays down by 1. Casey Kochman's second inning double scored Ben Zobrist. And in the 3rd, Matt Joyce belted a 3-run home run to make it a 4-1 game. But Ibar's base hit in the 4th, and then a 2-run home run by Mark Trumbo got the Angels even. And the sacrifice fly by Vernon Wells scored Bobby Abreu in the 5th to make it 5-4. Rays hit here in the bottom of the 6th. And Matt Joyce takes a low slider. 1 ball, no strikes. One and 1. Joyce retired in the 2nd inning on a good play by Trumbo down at first before hitting the home run. A ball, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good take there by Joyce on a 1-2 slider. Kept that ball on the plate down below the zone.
Scott Downs loosening in the bullpen. Oh, strike 3 call. Joyce thought the pitch was low. He's not happy. Called out on strikes, and now he's been ejected. Boy, Tom Halley in a quick ejection.
Now, you don't know what was said, but you saw the head turn back to him, and umpires don't like that.
Joe Madden out to pick up the conversation with Hallian. Now here's the disputed pitch.
Now it's borderline, right at the bottom of the zone. I mean, that's right there at the knees. That's the bottom of the zone. Tough pitch. Right there, that last turn back by Matt Joyce is what got him. Quick trigger there by Tom Hallian.
So an ejection. And Zobrist.
Same pitch.
And that's a ball. It's a strike, and it's 1-1. Yeah, you hate to see an ejection in a close game, unless there's just an egregious thing said. Line drive, base hit the other way. Wells returns it to the infield, and Ben Zobrist is on for the second time tonight.
That ball just up a little bit. That's what allows Ben Zobrist just to reach out there and swat that thing out into left field. Good hitting. Yeah, you don't know exactly what Matt Joyce said, but Hallian was quick to get him out of there.
Kochman doubled and a run in the second. Out on strikes in the fourth. Snap throw to first, and Zobrist is back in.
Be keeping a close eye on Ben Zobrist. We've already seen the Rays put a runner in motion here against Santana, a guy who gave up 36 stolen bases last year.
Strike the count here to Kochman. Yeah, if they get in a position, they'd love to take advantage of that. Foul out of play. 2 strikes.
Now he gave up 36 stolen bases, only 8 caught stealing. That plays right into the philosophy of the Rays, what they like to do out on the base paths. Not many opportunities tonight, but here's one with Zobrist over at first base.
One of the reasons Mathis is behind the plate, a better throwing catcher for the Angels.
Give him a chance.
And Kochman is called out on strikes.
Hallian put a little effort into that. That was even better than the one he rung Matt Joyce up on. Yeah, he got into this. He might pull something. He gets this excited again.
Felipe Lopez
letting them have it.
Step back and look by Santana. Been 4 of 4 in the steal department. It's upstairs. One ball and no strikes. Two and 0. A couple of strikeouts here in this inning for Santana, who called third strikes. And the first one resulted in the ejection of Matt Joyce by Tom Hallion. Second ejection of the Rays this year. Dana DeMuth ejected Joe Madden in the White Sox series up in Chicago on the 10th of this month. There goes the runner. The pitch is a strike and there's no throw. Ball popping out of the mitt of Mathis. So Ben Zobrist is 5 of 5 in the steal department this year. Count goes to 2-1 to Lopez. On a ground ball. That's a foul ball. Just foul. Bill Cuzzy made the call back to first base. Now, the Rays just missed tying this game up.
Yes, they did. That was very, very close off the bat of Lopez. Starts out nice. Ends up just foul.
Mike Butcher heads to the mound in the middle of this at bat with a 2-2 count. Now, Lopez has been retired on a couple good defensive plays tonight. One by Kendrick at second base back in the second inning, and the other one when he hit a ball into left center field, and Borges made a fine catch of that ball. Ground ball. Kendrick at second, routine fashion this time, and the Rays leave a man at second base. We're through 6. 5-4 Los Angeles. On to the 7th inning with the Rays down 5-4. Changes for the Rays. Johnny Damon, who was in as the DH, will now move in to play left field as the Rays forfeit the DH. So Damon is in left, and Sam Fold moves over from left field to right field. And the new pitcher, Cesar Ramos, he goes into the cleanup spot in the order.
Cesar Ramos on for the 12 times. Done a nice job for Joe Madden.
That'll be Abreu opening the 7th. A couple of hits and a run scored. Ramos, the 3rd pitcher for the Rays. 1-0 pitch. Low and away, 2-0. And the Rays down by a run here in the 7th. Ramos falls behind 3-0. Ramos was in the game Wednesday in Minnesota for a 3rd of an inning. And he walks Abreu. So the Angels DH is on for the 3rd time. Now Torrey Hunter. Well, Bad Hunter has 2 hits. He's 2 for 3. All 5 Angel runs charged to David Price. And another pitch out of the strike zone. That's 5 straight. As Hunter took the pitch too high.
Now that's not what the Rays need right now. It needs Cesar Ramos to come in here and hold the Angels right where they are. And look who's down warming up in the pen, Andy Sonnenstein.
Andy Sonnenstein gets loose. So that might be the answer to the speculation on Sunday with Alex Cobb scratched from his start at AAA tonight. There's a strike to Torrey Hunter. It's 1-1. Adam Russell joins Sonnenstein. A 1-1 count. Ball 2 strikes with a foul ball. Evan Longoria, by the way, 0 for 3 tonight at Montgomery. But the Biscuits have a 6-0 lead nevertheless.
Just the mere presence of him in the lineup makes them better.
That's it. It's like us with Todd Callis. Wait, where is Todd? We haven't
he's been quiet.
Have we heard from him.
He's been very quiet tonight. Might be getting a haircut from Wilbur.
Well, we'll see soon enough. Oh, there he is.
Well, there he is.
Pitch is popped up right side. Kochman in foul territory. He's got it. That'll be the first out here in the 7th inning. Vernon Wells is due up. Jim Hickey's going to head to the mound. Price worked 4 1/3, gave up 5 runs, 12 hits. Juan Cruz in for an inning and 2/3, no runs, and now Ramos out there.
Well, if Rays pitchers strike out 10 batters in a home game, take your ticket stub to any Cane's Furniture store and get a coupon for a free Papa John's pizza. Plus, sign up at Cane's Furniture for a chance to meet one of your favorite Rays players. Cane's, quality's so good, it's guaranteed for life.
Ramos out here, 1 on, 1 out. Wells with a couple strikeouts and a sacrifice fly to center field. One ball, no strikes. An eye on Abreu. That pitch looked pretty good. And Wells takes it for ball 2. Take a look at this pitch.
Here it is.
Wow, what's wrong with that? Two and 0. Looper into short right. That's going to fall in front of Fold. A turn by Abreu, and he is back in there. So a looping base hit off the bat of Wells. First and second with 1 out. Howie Kendrick will be the hitter, and Joe Madden comes out with an eye toward the bullpen. Back in a moment. Leads the Angels into Tampa Bay, taking on the Rays. The Mets battle the Phillies in a showdown between NL East rivals. Or the Cardinals head to Atlanta, taking on the Braves. Fox Saturday Baseball returns this week at a special time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Central, beginning with This Week in Baseball. Check local listings for the game and start time in your area. Adam Russell, the new Rays pitcher, their 4th of the night. And he inherits a couple base runners. 2 men on with 1 out. And he'll try his hand at retiring Howie Kendrick. First pitch is in there. A strike. Kendrick has a double tonight. He was intentionally walked in the 5th. Tap foul. 0-2.
Adam Russell's got the big fastball, but he's come in with 2 straight sliders here to get ahead of Kendrick. You're able to do that with off speed early in the count. You set him up. to go anywhere.
And a base hit. He came back with the slider, single into left. That will load the bases with Abreu stopping at third base.
No, that's not necessarily a bad pitch, but what you got to do is if you're going to throw it 3 times in a row, you've got to change up the spot where you're throwing it. You move it a little bit further off the plate. If you want to go down, you go down and away. It's just a matter of execution. This pitch just catches a little bit too much of the plate, and Kendrick is able to stay right down on it. He had just seen it 2 in a row, basically in the same spot that one he gets to. That's where you almost want to march a guy off the plate. Throw it again, get the swing, and then take it out a little bit further. See how far he's willing to chase that pitch and to go after it.
There's Callaspo. Pitch to him is outside, 1-0. Callaspo, switch hitter. So he's 2 for 3 tonight. With his average up to 295. And a good block right there by Jaso to keep that ball in front of him.
Yeah, not easy. This ball starting to head behind Callaspo. Bounces early.
Way high. Tried to put something extra on a fastball and missed by a wide margin. It's 3-0 now. A walk, 2 singles, 1 out in the inning. Bases loaded. And ball 4 is low. Russell has just forced a run home. Callaspo walks on 4 pitches.
And not really close, especially the last couple.
So it's now a 2-run deficit, 6-4. Eric Ibar will be the hitter. Blue Jays have a 5-2 lead in New York in the bottom of the 6th. Mariners and the Red Sox tied 4-4, top of the 7th inning in Boston. The Orioles and the White Sox in a 3-3 tie, top of the 5th inning of their game. Here's Ibar. There's a strike with a fastball.
If you're Adam Russell, you tell yourself, hey, I'm still just 1 pitch away from being able to get out of this inning. I can get a ball on the ground to my middle infielders.
And he picks up a strike on the outside edge. 0-2.
2 good quality fastballs there by Russell. Good velocity, great location.
Two strike count, a check swing foul ball. Still 2 strikes to Eric Ibar, who drove in a run with a base hit in the 4th inning. Ground ball second. Zobrist, Brignac out at second. Throw to first. Safe there. They could not turn that double play, where they tried to get it up and out in a hurry to get it started. Wells crosses the plate. Kendrick goes to third as Ibar reaches on a fielder's choice. Callaspo out at second, and a run batted in for Ibar.
Well, not quite hard enough, and Ibar runs well. Rays everything they could to try and turn that, and just couldn't get it done. No fault of theirs. Ibar beat it out.
It's now 7-4. And here's Trumbo. Mark Trumbo, he's driven in 3 runs with a single and a 2-run home run. A pitch, a strike away from him on the outside part of the plate. Top of the 7th. Both these runs charged to Cesar Ramos. The runner takes off. The pitch is a strike, and there's no throw. Ibar gets credit for a steal. No 2 count on Trumbo. Swing and a miss. He got Trumbo to chase one up out of the strike zone to retire the side. But the Angels add a couple and lead 7-4 mid-7th. Rays have been out hit 14-4. They trailed 7-4. Moving into the bottom of the 7th inning. And they'll face the left-hander Scott Downs, making his 3rd appearance of the season for the Angels. Left-hander with a big breaking ball. So Santana gone after 6 innings, 4 runs, 1 earned. And the first pitch here in the bottom of the 7th inning. John Jaso takes it low for a ball.
And not many moves that Joe Madden can make here. You got Scott Downs in the perfect situation against these Rays lineup. You've got Jaso, then you got Brignac, you've got Fold, you've got Damon, 4 lefties in a row, and with the fact that the pitcher is now hitting, you're going to need guys to be able to pinch hit when that spot comes around. Sean Rodriguez still not sure of what his status is, and Jaso gone. You got a thin bench.
Ball 3. Three and 0 now. Jaso doubled in the 4th inning. And he takes a strike. 3-1. The Rays need a couple base runners here as we play in the bottom of the 7th. And Jaso draws the walk. So leadoff pass. Jaso heads to first. And Reed Brignac will be the hitter. Brignac 0 for 2. Reached on an error in the 3rd inning and scored a run. On the outside part of the plate. That's the lefty-righty split on Scott Downs. Left-handers for his career 223 and right-handers 273. One ball, one strike. Two strikes. Downs last year held left-handers to a 152 average. So he is tough against lefties. A ball, two strikes. Foul out of play. A walk to Jaso. Now Brignac up there. Francisco Rodriguez busy in the bullpen. And Brignac stays alive, battling right there, holding the count at 1-2.
You see why he's so tough on lefties. He's got that little bit of crossfire action with the fastball and then the breaking ball. It is a sweeper. It's big. It's got tight break, but watch how far. Good depth on it. Reed has to really reach out there just to foul that pitch off.
Oh, strike, great call. After all of that, with that pitch breaking away from him, that fastball freezes him.
Well, he has the luxury of being able to do this. The guys are so aware of the breaking ball that he will occasionally pop that fastball in there and surprise you. As a lefty, you're thinking, I'm down in the count. Here comes the big breaker. He's able to squeeze that in there and catch it flat-footed.
Well, Sam Fold. The first pitch is a fastball for a strike. But Downs had a broken toe this spring and then was on the disabled list with a fairly severe gastrovirus. So he's had a couple of things to contend with there in the early part of the year. Fold is out at first base with Downs covering, taking the toss from Trumbo. Jaso moves into second base. He's there with two away.
Now this is a different play. You got Trumbo having to come in for this and then throw to a pitcher running by him. Very awkward, but Angels do a nice job with it and get the out.
Now Johnny Damon, who went from the DH to the left fielder on the ejection of Matt Joyce. See Johnny's numbers for his career against Scott Downs. Bounces it foul. Santana worked 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, 1 earned. He struck out 5 and walked 2, made 98 pitches before giving way to the left-hander Scott Downs. Foul the other way. Two strikes the count to Johnny Damon. Johnny came in with his 16-game hitting streak. Right now, he's trying to help the Rays chip away at what is a 3-run deficit in the bottom of the 7th inning. Ground ball towards short. Ibar has it. Throw to first is in time. And the Rays are out in the 7th. They leave a man on to the 8th. 7-4.
The top of the 8th inning. Well, here's tonight's Autoway poll question. Who do you think will win the AL West this season? Text TB1 for the Texas Rangers, TB2 for the Los Angeles Angels, TB3 for the Oakland A's, and TB4 Seattle Mariners. Text your vote to 789-789. Standard message and data rates apply.
Jeff Mathis leads off the 8th, and the first pitch from Adam Russell is a fastball for a strike. Mathis 0 for 3 tonight, pops it up, foul ball straight back, and that's going to be into the upper deck. 0-2. Ball, 2 strikes. Rays trying to hold the Angels. Ground ball shortstop. Scooped by Brendiak, and the throw to first in time. Mathis the first out on the 8th. Two shots left for the Rays here. And congratulations, the Lightning off to a good start in the Eastern Conference semifinals. 4-2. They take a 1-0 lead.
The number 1 seed Capitals.
Strike one, a wave and a miss by Peter Borges. Another fastball right by him.
And how about that? Just come out. First 2 pitches. Flat out beat the hitter with a couple of high heaters. Don't overthink it.
Upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Also got Mathis. Now he's ahead of Borges. Fly ball lifted into left center field. Who's closing? This is Upton making the catch. Damon over there rearing back to his left as BJ got there to grab it.
I think BJ let Johnny Damon know in plenty of time for him to peel off, because they were both making a bid for it, and then all of a sudden Johnny Damon took a left-hand turn. He obviously heard BJ calling for it. Watch these guys. Who's going to get it? Johnny Damon's like, you got it. Leave it to Kelly Leak.
Bobby Abreu. There's a strike. Abreu on 3 times, has scored twice, and there's Jake McGee down in the Rays bullpen. Fernando Rodney is up in the bullpen down the left side for the Angels. 1-2. Rodney. 2 outs, bases empty. Away with a fastball. Count holds at 2-2 with that pitch fouled back. Toward left center field. A fastball. It's cut off by Damon, but Abreu's on his way to second with a stand-up double on for the 4th time tonight.
Bobby Abreu just gets a pitch out over the plate. Fastball. Good swing. Takes it the other way. Just a solid all-around hitter. Good eye at the plate. Good swing. Hits the ball where it's pitched. Doing this for a long time.
It's 15 hits for the Angels. And a strike to Hunter. Hunter singled in the 3rd. He singled in the 5th. Russell's pitch is upstairs. 1-1. Goes after the high fastball, fouling it back. 1-2. Angels got into the Rays bullpen early, something clubs like to do in the first game of a series. The Rays have gotten a lot of innings out of their starting pitching. Price left after 4 1/3. It's been Cruz, Ramos, and Russell since. Upstairs and a full count. 5 runs charged to Price and 2 to Cesar Ramos.
Tonight's one of those nights too. You don't go into this game planning on getting into you'd like to get into the Rays bullpen early, but you don't think you will with Price out on the mound. Just an off night.
Three-two pitch. Ball 4. Russell gives up his second walk in this outing.
Well, for all the latest news, in-depth investigative reporting, and sports coverage, sign up for the St. Petersburg Times. For home delivery, call 877-THE-TIMES.
Jim Hickey heads to the mound before the Rays face Vernon Wells. It's tomorrow's game on Fox National. Sunday, we'll be with you on Sun Sports beginning at 1 o'clock. Jared Weaver's going to make the pitch, or make the start and do the pitching for the Angels. And the Rays have yet to announce their starting pitcher. Alex Cobb, the 23-year-old right-hander at Durham, was scheduled to pitch tonight but did not make his start. There's some speculation that it might be Alex Cobb. There had been some talk about the possibility of Andy Sonnenstein. Andy was throwing in the bullpen last inning. Now the first pitch to Vernon Wells is a fastball for a ball, 1-0. That's a strike at the knees. 1-1. Ball, slider, bounced foul, and the count advances to 1-2. A souvenir down there. Price threw 98 pitches and 4 1/3. Gave up a career high 12 hits tonight. 5 runs, including a home run to Trumbo. Trumbo, the young first baseman. Now Adam Russell pitching here in the 8th with 2 men on and 2 men out. This one is high. High fastball, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Russell trying to keep the Angels right where they are, and a ground ball to short. Renyak with the flip to Zobrist for the force. We're headed into the bottom of inning 8, and the Rays are down 7-4.
Continuing his rehab assignment down at AA Montgomery. We're up at the TBT party deck. There was actually just a moment ago a huge group here from Illinois, Ben Zobrist fans, but they just took off. It was so close. It's kind of how my night's been going. But a better thing for Evan Longoria at Montgomery, he gets a hit in his 4th at bat. He was really kind of dragging the team down, guys. The first 2 at bats he struck out. The rest of the team had 9 hits in 2 innings. but he picked it up in his last AB. We'll have more on that in the Rays Live postgame show. We'll have Joe Maddon's press conference. We'll have interviews from the locker room with Angela Jacobs, and we'll break down tonight's game, of course, with Dwayne and BA. From the TBT party deck on a Friday night, back to you guys.
All right, party on. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Rays are facing Fernando Rodney. Scott Downs pitched 1 inning, and here is B.J. Upton hitting one deep down the left field line, and that baby's gone. B.J. Upton turns around the fastball, a 95-mile-per-hour fastball, and B.J. hit it out of here right down the line to make it a 2-run game.
Now that'll get that Rays dugout excited. First pitch heater, mislocation. BJ, matter of just isn't going to be fair. He hit it well, did a nice job of pulling his hands in. Close to the body, gets the barrel to it. You can see it's going to be clearly inside that pole. And sure.
Well, now the pitcher spot is due. Russell, and Dan Johnson will pinch hit for him. The pitch is a strike. So the Rays had forfeited the DH when Joyce was ejected. So here's Dan Johnson, 7-5 now. Pitch is low, 1-1. One ball, 2 strikes. Bounces it back. That fastball riding in on him at 97. He stays alive.
Yeah, just fought it off. Fernando Rodney bringing the high heat. Watch this swing by Dan Johnson. This is just get off me.
One, 2. That's low.
It really wasn't a bad pitch, but Jeff Mathis coming out of his crouch. He caught that ball and took it about 6 inches off the plate.
Out square at 2-2. And Johnson tried to check up. He went around on the appeal. James Hoy says he's out on strikes. That's the first out.
Well, here's the swing. This ball's up. Yeah, he clearly went.
Now Ben Zobrist. And has walked and singled in between a ground ball to second. The pitch is a strike. The fastball registering at 98.
Well, he's got a big arm, and he has that good changeup to go with it.
It stayed in. Tried to come back, but was inside. 1-1. This one back. So what a difference between the left-hander Scott Downs and this guy Fernando Rodney from one inning to the next.
You're going +10 on the fastball, and then going from the big sweeping breaking ball to the good Bugs Bunny changeup.
One and 2 the count. And hits it on the ground to second. Kendrick with the pickup. 2 gone. Kendrick to Trumbo. 2 outs. The Mosaic Company and the Rays working together to end hunger through home runs for food. With each Rays home run, Mosaic donates $500 to Feeding America Tampa Bay. So far, $12,000 has been donated. Here's Casey Kochman, who doubled in a run his first time. Pitch is fouled out of play. Going the opposite way for a strike. Rodney, you see the Rays bullpen with McGee the lefty and Peralta the right-hander. Rodney was in 72 games last year. And a 424 earned run average. It really got to the end of the season on fumes. Got it in. Earned run average September and a couple of days in October over 560 last year. As you can see, he can get plenty behind that fastball.
You can see too with the amount of appearances that he had last year why he would tend to maybe start to peter out there a little bit at the end. He's a high effort guy. You see him really rearing back and jumping at the hitter. He puts a lot into every pitch.
1-2 and lined into right. There's a base hit for Kochman. Casey Kochman singles off what appeared to be maybe a slider because it was down, the velocity down.
Now it's a slider breaking down and in, Dwayne. You're right. He's able to get the bat head out to meet it before it made its final break. Catch it out there in front of the plate. A little semi-shift. He gets it over the head of Kendrick, and it's a base hit.
Here's Felipe Lopez. Pitch is a strike.
That changeup, good. 83 miles an hour to go along with 96, 97 on the fastball. That's a good mile per hour differential.
Up a bit, moves him back.
After 83, that looks like 105.
Look at this. Wasn't that close, but you're going to duck anyway.
Oh, when you see that ball coming face high, you better believe it.
And then that again.
How about it? I mean, I'm telling you, that's a big differential when you get in that 12 to 15 mile an hour difference. You see the swing there by Lopez off the plate, out in front.
Fastball, changeup.
Yeah. Low 80s, high 90s, low 80s.
And a foul ball, that one, a fastball and deflecting off the plate umpire Tom Hallian.
Well, as a hitter, you're in survival mode right now. The mix that he's got going on Lopez. Then you come back and jump up and right off the left shoulder.
So Jeff Mathis goes to the mound to spend a little time giving Hallian a little recovery time. Again, the 1-2 pitch to Felipe Lopez is wide. That squares it at 2-2. Upton opened with his third home run of the year. That made it 7-5. With 2 outs, Kochman has singled. And now 2-2 on Lopez. Oh, strike 3 call. Lopez caught looking on a fastball. Rays get a run on 2 hits. The run comes on the leadoff home run by B.J. Upton. We have traveled through 8. It's 7-5 Angels. Ninth inning is part of the Fox Sports Supports Charitable Initiative. We're proud to occasionally wear pins during the 2011 MLB on Sun Sports season to support Stand Up to Cancer and their work to fund groundbreaking research that helps accelerate treatment to patients. For more information, please visit standuptocancer.org/Fox Sports. Jake McGee is pitcher number 5.
Jake McGee on for the 11th time. No record at ERA just over 4. 6 2/3 innings in those 10 appearances.
Dan Johnson stays in the game and takes over at third base with McGee going into the 9th or the 7th spot. Felipe Lopez made the last out in the 8th inning. First pitch to Howie Kendrick is a strike. And a line drive base hit the other way. Kendrick is on base again. 4th consecutive plate appearance. He's reached base.
This is getting ridiculous. Curveball. Look at him stay back on the curve. Look at this. Watch it right down. Recognized that pitch early and shot it right into right field.
So the leadoff single puts Kendrick at first. And we'll bring up Callaspo. Callaspo's been on base 3 times. Fouls a fastball back, strike 1. 16 hits for the Angels now. Two strikes on a foul ball, out of play. Braves will have Jaso due to lead off the bottom of the ninth, then Brignac and Fold. Nice pop right there by Jaso. 1-2. Chops it foul. Jake McGee pitched an inning in 2/3 of one-hit scoreless baseball in the first game of the day-night doubleheader yesterday. It seems as if that was so long ago. Once more. Angels in town for 2 more. The Rays dropped 2 games to the Angels here earlier this month. They're 0-2 to this club. Keeps it in front of him on one hop. Boy, how he did that, I don't know for sure. That ball dropping in front of him, and he managed to keep it in front of him and not beyond him.
Well, he's trying to get to this ball. Contact not very good. It drops in front, and you could just see he just had the glove in the right spot. Good feel for where that ball was going to land. He wanted to come up with that catch cleanly.
So Joe Madden comes out of the dugout. Eric Ibar is due. McGee has given up a couple of hits here. The Rays managed to get a run in the 8th to trim the deficit to 2. And the Rays of Jake McGee trying to hold it right there. Farnsworth up in the bullpen.
Joe Madden coming out to set the defense. What's sure to be a bunt here by Ibar.
And the other thing is with Trumbo due next, this might be the last hitter anyway for McGee.
Yeah.
And he puts down the bunt. He'll have to go to first. The throw is in time. Zobrist taking the throw. So Kendrick goes to third base. Callaspo over to second. 1-4 on the sacrifice. And now Madden comes out to make the pitching change. So we'll go to the bullpen. Back in a moment. the largest automotive retailer in the country, so we can do big things. By Tampa Bay Radiation Oncology. When cancer strikes, strike back with CyberKnife and Tampa Bay Radiation Oncology. And by your greater Tampa Bay area Buick GMC dealers. Angels have set up runners at second and third with one out in the top of the ninth inning. 17 hits for the Angels now tonight. And Kyle Farnsworth is the new Rays pitcher. Their 6th of the game.
On for the 10th time. He's 5 out of 5 in saves. Good ERA, 1.23. Looking for a strikeout here.
Mark Trumbo is the hitter. The infield drawn in. And the first pitch is fouled away. Strike one.
Ray's got to keep this Angel lead right here at 2. Got runners at second and third, one out. Mark Trumbo, who's already done some damage tonight.
3 runs batted in, including a 2-run home run in the 4th inning. This went down and away. The cutter. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kendrick's the runner at third. Cayospo at second. Kendrick's been on base in the Trop this year 11 times in 14 trips to the plate. Ground ball, backhanded by Zobrist. He's going to have to go to first, though. Kendrick crosses the plate. Cayospo goes to third. Trumbo will pick up his 4th run batted into the ninth. Thrown out Zobrist to Kotsman this time.
Now that's going on contact. Howie Kendrick right here. As soon as contact is made, he had a good secondary lead. He's going to go. And when Ben had to leave his feet, there was no way he was going to be able to get the runner at the plate. Kendrick scores easily. Did keep the ball in the infield and get the out. But once you leave your feet, no chance to get a guy going on contact, especially with the speed of Kendrick.
A swing and a miss by Jeff Mathis. Mathis 0 for 4 tonight. Got it away. Angels now lead 8-5. The run is charged to McGee. Kendrick 6 out of 9 with 5 walks and now 5 runs scored against the Rays in 14 plate appearances. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So back to the screen and runs out of room. So we'll do that again. Seattle beat Boston 5-4 the final. Count to Mathis. Upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In the top of the ninth. Mathis battling, fouls that one. left side. Charged by Johnson. Throw to first low, and Kochman digs it out. What a job at first by Kochman to retire the side. 1 run, couple hits, 1 left. 8-5, middle of the ninth, LA. Take a look at tonight's Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment. Matt Joyce back in the 3rd inning. Teed off on this pitch from Irvin Santana. Hit a 3-run home run, and at the time it gave the Rays a 4-1 lead. But it's been Los Angeles since then. 8-5 the score, and Jordan Walden is the new pitcher for Los Angeles.
On for the 13th time, 3 for 3 in saves, minuscule .79 earned run average.
First pitch to John Jaso is a ball. 1 inning for Rodney. Couple of hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 run. That was the home run by Upton.
Walden has been lights out coming out of that bullpen for Mike Scioscia. In fact, he gave up his first run this past Wednesday. First run he's given up this year.
Two balls and a strike.
Another guy that really gets that good push, kind of jumps at you towards home plate. The big fastball in the upper 90s.
Center field. That's got some carry and is going to be off the wall. Burgos plays the carom. It's a double for Jaso to start the bottom of the ninth. Jaso hit it a long way, and Hunter stayed with it. It was over his head off the wall for the second double of the night for Jaso.
I thought this had a chance to get out of here. Big part of the field, though. Jaso puts a charge into it. Torrey Hunter going back, measuring up the wall. A little bit short on the jump. See the ball just get over the glove. Jaso's into second with the leadoff double.
Reed Brignac fouls the fastball back. That's a strike. Pitch, a slider breaking down and in. You've got to start so early.
That's why that pitch is so effective. You're right, Dwayne. You got to get it started early because you got to respect the 97, 98. And all of a sudden the pitch starts to break. Find yourself in trouble.
And Brignac is out on strikes.
Well, here's that slider again. Reed, kind of an emergency hack at the end. See that ball started off the plate.
There's Sam Fuld. He takes a strike at the knees. Sam 0 for 3. He walked and scored in the third. Takes it wide at 98. It's 1-1. He's allowing a season high 17 hits. They've been out hit 17-7. It's popped up. Foul ball. Cayaspo after it, but it's out of play. 1-2. Cleveland won again, 9-5 over the Tigers. So the Indians are 17-8, the only team over 500 in the AL Central. Pitch is down. 2-2. Baltimore leading the White Sox in the top of the 7th, 8-4 in Chicago. Three and 2 to Fuld. That Cleveland win was a walk-off grand slam by Carlos Santana. 3-2. Fuld fouls it. It's out of play. You'll see another 3-2 pitch. Fuld lifts another foul out of play. Sam battling this hard-throwing right-hander Walden.
He's trying to get himself on base. Got Johnny Damon the tying run in the on-deck circle. Give the Rays a chance at a little magic.
Toronto leads New York in the top of the 9th at Yankee Stadium 5-3. And another 3-2. Fly ball lifted into left. Wells going back, and that ball's going to be caught on the warning track. Wells circling back, and over the shoulder grab as he got to the track. Fuld made a bid to get it over his head. That is out number 2.
Now this is just a great play by Wells. So look at that, over the shoulder, almost like a wide receiver. You're not expecting Sam Fuld to go opposite field that far, but when you got a guy on the mound throwing 98, he's supplying all the power. Vernon Wells, you see he's got some gold in the closet. He's able to run it down.
Johnny Damon takes a strike. Jaso still at second after the leadoff double. Pitch away. It's 1-1. Ground ball headed to short. High bars throw to first in time, and the game is over. It's an 8-5 final here at Tropicana Field tonight for the Rays in the 9th. No runs, a hit. They leave a man on in the 9th inning, and the Angels take the first game of this series 8-5, and that snaps the Rays' winning streak at 5. They're now 14-12 on the year. Well, for Tom Callis and Brian Anderson, this is Dwayne Stats. Hope you'll be with us Sunday on Sun Sports. Fox National tomorrow afternoon. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast, if not the outcome. Again, the final, the Angels 8, the Rays 5. We'll see you next on the postgame.